Yeah, here you go.
What's up?
Wow. Okay, grand finals actually look super convincing. Ratfish and I were like ultra impressed. Do you think it's because you're more confident against Lint or Falco or both?
I think it's just because I'm like that much better than everybody else. Like,
Okay.
not to
yeah,
be. I just have like so much more experience than them. But I don't know. There's a lot of like I've obviously practiced a ridiculous amount against Falcos.
Yeah.
Bolt's my training partner. We go way back. I don't know. Like I know where to be to make Falco uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I noticed that actually. There were, like, especially on Pokemon, you were spaced, like, perfectly. And every time Lint tried to do short hop laser, you were in there with an air. And then the edge guards were so perfect. You got, like, you jump below and then double jump, like, shine edge guard kind of thing.
Yeah, I can just, like, I have, like, a new view on, like, how to play the game. And basically, it involves respecting what the other person can cover. So not going for cheese. Where's the camera? Is that?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, not going for like cheesy setups or like if I'm in front of you, like you shouldn't laser. Like why, if I can dash near you, like you have to respect that I'm in your range and you have to choose a different option. Or like there's so many different things he could do besides lasering out of corner. He could wave dash back to ledge dash, and then like use the momentum from that to take center or like challenge me. There's a lot of different things that I noticed. Like we were playing friendlies earlier, and like at first it went even, but like it's all about adaptation.
Yeah, of course.
Learning from every single like interaction, making sure you're so focused that you're like paying attention to what happens. And everybody chooses options and does. Everybody chooses options, and everybody chooses what options to pick out of what they know.
Yeah.
And so when you realize that you mess up, or like when you lose a situation after you choose the option, you got to be like, oh, I messed up. Like people get angry, but why would you get angry if you chose that option? Like it's just a matter of learning all of a sudden, right? Instead of trying to make it like, oh man, I got hit out of that, so dumb. It's just like, oh, okay, that's what he does to beat that. Like, and then you can think about like, all right, what should I do in that situation if he does that again? And I've done that so much like recently, and if you do it during a set, a best of 5, you can adapt so much. Like both players are forced to like, okay, instead of if let's say you Tekken, right, and they can grab you, instead of spot dodging, if they wait for the spot dodge the first time, if you spot dodge again, that's on you. Like you got to buffer roll instead. Like you have to make a mental note. Like, all right, last time he punished me for my spot dodge. Now I have to choose between the other like a million options that Fox has.
Yeah.
Falco.
I actually want to go back to the point you made about adaptation and how you were doing that during the set. Like what kinds of, especially during the friendlies that you were talking about earlier, like what kinds of stuff are you asking yourself? Well, maybe like to come to those conclusions or find those certain things out. Maybe things you notice instead, like not necessarily questions. But
okay. Well, I have so much knowledge already from
of course.
just
is that
grinding.
Let me ask, is that the base, like from where everything else, like the knowledge, or is it like just fundamental tech skill, or is it game knowledge mostly?
No, it's all just learning. Like all of those things are essentially the same thing. Like when you go into the lab and you practice, you're practicing all of those things.
Yeah.
Like you should be practicing all those things at the same time. Like when you're practicing jump cancel shines, you're practicing jump cancel shines for a specific scenario that you're setting up for. Like everything that you practice should have a reason behind it. Like you should think about all the different possible things that you could use it for. But what am I asking myself in friendlies? It's just, I don't know. I just gauge the player and how much they know. Like if somebody goes for something that obviously like that, I don't know, like it's a bunch like. You can dismiss it as like bad, like there's still options, but there's a lot of things that just aren't safe. Like shout out to the moon. Just like there's a lot of things that just aren't safe to go for, and you have to approach every single option that you decide to go for as something that's like at least a second Yomi layer if your opponent's good, because they're not going to play to the first layer.
Yeah,
they're not going to play to the first layer. Like Armada's not going to fall for, like. A roll. He's not gonna roll in once you hit his shield. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna keep you honest. He's gonna wait, and then he's gonna see. Oh, he has holes in his game. Okay, now I can nair out a shield. Oh, he's doing like late aerial shine. Like now I could just buffer roll. You know what I mean? Like, so there's so many different layers to it, but ultimately you just have to ultimately, I think the average player should just take every single friendly as if it's tournament, because why wouldn't you? You know, like why wouldn't, like,
practice how you play, of course.
Yeah, practice how you play. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
And just like, don't worry about short-term losses, because your goal isn't to win. Like, you didn't pick up the controller when you first started playing just to beat somebody in first round or second round. And when you get upset, like, when you get upset in bracket, not upset in attitude, when you get upset in bracket, like, it's just a matter of composure and just being like, okay, now what, like, you know, reflection. What did I come here for? Like, I didn't come here to win the tournament. Like, I didn't come here to win the tournament. Like, if there was 10 people here, my goal wasn't to win the tournament. My goal was to win, or to learn from every single game that I sat down and played, and try to play as many different people as possible, because different people give you different options and situations that are commonly brought up.
Speaking of playing different people, you're still trying to get funded on Smash GG for Beast, right? Like, do you know where you're at?
Yeah, I think so. I think the first day I hit 53%, and I've been stuck there for a while.
Oh, really? Yeah, I saw the 53. I know that, but you haven't moved. I know they shouted you out on Twitter once or twice. Yeah. So that's not.
They're trying to get it moving, which is great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think we should just wait until after Genesis, when people are just like, you know, there's, like, the hype is still going. You know, there's momentum.
Yeah.
Right now, the momentum's all going just towards Genesis.
And that's fine. And you're going, right? You're going to Genesis.
I'm going to Genesis. I'm going to Apollo. I'm going to TGL monthly in Miami, Florida.
Nice. That's all over the place.
All in January, yeah. And then if I do get funded, which would be amazing. Yeah. I honestly think I could win Beast. If I do get funded, then ultimately, I was Professor Pro, like, I talked to him a little bit.
Yeah.
He said that they're having a few tournaments over there, like Kickstart and another tournament, and it's like a Saturday or Sunday, so I might go a week before. He said that the tickets to go from the UK to Sweden are, like, ridiculously cheap. So and there's nothing to do in Sweden, is what he said. So he said to just stay with them, you know, stay in London and just go to those tournaments, and then take the plane or whatever.
So what are
whatever
those side
mobility.
Goals? What is your goal?
Yeah, that's why I was
gonna.
gonna.
The venue, you've been collecting some bottles and cans.
Okay, yeah.
What is your pocket goal?
I've been grinding. Oh, lucky number. So, what are my goals?
Yeah, for Beast, that's interesting. Ooh. I do want to know. I mean,
well,
is it really to win? Because I know you said you could.
I had the cash.
What happened? Oh. Ultimately, my goal at every tournament is to learn. Damn, we're leaving already?
11:30? That's BS.
I mean, it's early for us, right?
I guess so, yeah. Everybody's always here feeding friendlies for a long time, but
yeah.
Talk about what you want to accomplish at Beast, and then maybe we could say goodnight to the good people.
Your target goal, you know, we can see.
Well, I need a teammate, so I'm hoping to team with, like, SFAT or Crush or somebody like that, like somebody who.
That'd be a sick team.
Yeah, I have a lot of, like, teams knowledge that I just, like. Sometimes it's difficult because I expect other people to know what I know, but, like, it's a hard balance between telling people things and, like, just helping them acquire it, because you don't want to, like, force your knowledge on the people, you know.
Yeah.
Also, Beast, I want to win singles and teams, you know, but it's all just being in the moment. Like, life is just all about being in the moment. I can't, like, what I'm doing is training like I'm gonna win the tournament, because every competitor anybody who enters the tournament, their goal should be to one up themselves. Like, anything that if they think they're good, you should try to be great. You know, you have to, like, keep pushing forward. You can't just stay stagnant. And so I honestly think I'm capable of beating all the top players. Like, I've been studying them and I've been learning so much from them, but I've played them a lot throughout the year. And, like, the transformation between January slocks and December slocks is unreal. Like, I used to doubt myself. I used to, like, hold the players up, like, as idols and, like, you know, think, like, I thought I used to tell myself and tell other people that I was trying to be the best, but, like, I wasn't. I was so okay with, like, being number 69. Like, I was trying to get better and I was trying to do better, but I didn't think I was, like, as close as I am now. I mean, I wasn't as close, but I'm actually really close to the top players now. All of the gaps in the top 100 are all closing. Yeah,
you can tell there were a lot of upsets this year. Jimmy, do we got any more time?
I think we're probably gonna go. It's probably better.
Cut the stream.
I am enemy. This is December slogs. So
December slots.
get this man funded for Beast.
Love you guys.
Peace out, guys. Good night.